Thank you. Good morning, General. It's a project the Corps has been working on prior to my time in my 3 years in Congress, and even prior to my 8 years before that in the State Senate. I've continued to work with them before I was in elected office, and now for nearly 11 years that I've been in elective office. And my question is not so much on the project as much as it is on the process. And you presided over a Civil Works Review Board on March 27th, and that resulted in a unanimous vote on Orestimba Creek, the project that I'm talking about. And as you know, this project has been long overdue, and many of the new smart planning techniques that you discussed in your testimony eventually applied to this study. So my question is, can you discuss the challenges that had led up to the delay in completing Orestimba Creek and how your new planning techniques were applied to get over the finish line, ultimately leading to a planning award that you received for the project? And secondly, do you think Orestimba can be used as an example for legacy projects going forward?
Thank you, Congressman. Yes, part of the delay was the funding stream that came in for that particular project. It would start and stop 100,000 one year, 50,000 the next year. The following year wouldn't be any funds, and so that caused a lot of concerns. Another good portion of that project was the local sponsors wanted to find a solution that was not viable, and so we looked for pretty much a dam or flood storage up in the foothills, and we had to look at that from an engineering perspective, also from an environmental perspective, and its impact on California water. And it took a number of years to look at that and describe, as mentioned by Congresswoman Napolitano, that solution is not viable, and so it took a while to get through that, and finally they came up with the solution that they delivered to the Civil Works Review Board 2 weeks ago, and it's an excellent product. And we'll put that out for state and agency review now, and it is about this thick. It's about 100 pages of what's needed to make that decision.
So now that the study's been released for the 30-day state and agency review, when do you anticipate a completed chief's report?
We'll put it out for public comments, address those comments, and suspect we'll have a chief's report by the end of the year.
And going forward, what do you believe is the best course for Congress to take in authorizing new projects and ensuring they're completed in a timely manner?
The process is to put together a worder and authorize the reports that the Chief of Engineers has gone through extraordinary details in making sure that they're complete and together. Before that report comes to Congress, we do a district quality control, make sure that that's completed from a quality control point of view. We take that report and bring it to another district to review it again, and we call that agency technical review. And then we have policy reviews up here at the headquarters. Twice it goes out for public review, state and agency review. And so by the time it comes over here as a chief's report through the administration, we are giving you an excellent product. I usually call the chief's report is the gold standard for Congress to authorize through a WRDA process.
And as we're moving through the WRDA process, is there anything that you can see that can help us to make this process more efficient, more streamlined, things that you would need congressional authorization for?
So there's a number of items that we're working on as we're trying to streamline and husband the funds that we do have. We have a lot of projects that we should be looking at and perhaps seeing whether they should be deauthorized or repurposed or taking off the federal books because they're not providing a federal return. So we're looking on the deauthorization process and how can we through the administration figure out how to work that particular process. The other things that we're looking at, sir, is alternative financing. Is there a way for others to finance if we're not going to be able to get a steady stream through the federal appropriations process? Maybe others can do that, very similar to here in Virginia. They have a public-private partnership where the private organization has built portions of the highway and are being reimbursed from a different process. So there's a number of different areas that's not quite ready for us to share, but we're still working on those things as we move forward.
And a final very quick question. Are dams no longer viable in California under the Corps' opinion?
I'm not sure how to answer that. I think those dams that I worked on when I was the district commander in San Francisco and Sacramento, they were needed for its intended purpose. There are some projects that its intended purpose is no longer necessary, and they should be transferred probably off of federal books to somebody else who does need those particular projects. But I couldn't say from a blanket statement that any dam's not needed.
Thank you. I'll follow up in writing and more specifics on my question. Thank you. Yield back.